But if it's again a comfortable hero for them, then why not? Kind of deal. So
Yeah, definitely. And they're just going to keep picking it if it keeps winning them games, or not winning them games, but if it's a part of them winning.
yeah, I mean again, we know that he is powerful, and it's just because we haven't seen him forever, we never really have seen him in the competitive scene, doesn't mean he doesn't have potential. So I'm glad that complexity is kind of showing once again that he most certainly does. He doesn't have that very sound, solid stun like some other supports do, but at the same time, he does kind of. But the persecution, it's arguably even stronger than some other stuns because of tied in with the shared fade, how the AoE capabilities comes from it. Yeah. I mean, it's really like an AoE staccato, essentially, is what
Yeah,
it
pretty
is
much.
with that shared fade. So, anyways, yeah, fun to see him. The third pick is going to be Ophelia for Sync. Always a good pick to have when you have his lapped on your team. So,
Yeah,
like that.
that's a comfort hero. It kind of looks like they're picking pretty comfort on the sync side, which is definitely the right decision when you come out of the game losing like that. So good, just get comfort heroes, and I'm assuming they're going to try to get Haxor and Sandwraith or something like that, and just have them farm while they go push.
There's the Tundra. All right, so complexity. Picking up the Tundra here. Wonder where the mentality is in this one, as far as. I mean, so far it's not like they have a really aggressive gank lineup. I mean, Prophet's not like crazy at that by any means. Warbeast isn't necessarily going to be that for you. So, I wonder what they're going with here.
Yeah,
Tundra.
I never know with them anymore.
You're out of the loop now.
No, I mean, like I know what what they try to do and what they want to do, but sometimes they just I don't even think they remember what they want to do, and they just do some random thing like, hey guys, let's do this.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what maybe with the final two picks if it comes to fruition here. But Prisoner going to be the first ban coming up. Behemoth, Tremble, Parasite, Wild Soul were, by the way, the initial bans, of course. So, something we saw yesterday was actually Mystery Gang. Part of their upset over Evil Corporation, I hear that they ran was Deadlift, actually.
Oh, God.
And that was, the good old 2-minute tower push at the beginning of the game. Always fun to see. But we were also talking about interaction with the Onslaught ability and how it's cool against certain like minion heroes, like a Hellbringer, a Wild Soul comes to mind, of course, with his Boo Boo. So I want to see that, man. I want to see somebody pick a Wild Soul and then somebody counter with a Deadlift. But
I just don't want to see Deadlift at all.
no?
I can't stand that hero. When I get rooted from 9 miles away from me,
Yeah.
I get so mad.
It's kind of funny, yeah, because that's not something that I thought about as a strong, powerful ability of his, to be honest. But when we saw it yesterday, and that was brought to my attention too, I guess in the TMM scene especially, it's like when it gets one of those quote unquote cancer heroes, and yeah, it's a strong, fine play to yesterday for Mystery Gang, and he was hitting left and right with that Death's Grasp there, at the long range,
And it just sets up so much.
Yeah.
It's a 4-second immobilize. They're kind of just stuck there, so it sets up a lot.
yeah. And I kind of made a silly comment when we were casting it. I was like, it's not the easiest stun to land either. And then I had who was
Chat.
it? Yeah, well, Chad as well as my co-caster. I believe it was for that cast. I think it was What You Got actually. Yeah, so your buddy there.
Well,
And he was like, "No, Breaky, you're kind of an idiot." I was like, "You know what? You're right. It's actually pretty easy to land."
yeah, I queue with What You Got a lot, and we see that hero an awful lot, and I'm a little sick of it. So
Yeah.
I'm okay with not seeing it in competitive games.
All right. Well, probably not going to see it here. It wasn't banned or anything, but just not a popular hero, at least in competitive matches. But Pebbles into Hellbringer is what we have so far. So speaking of Hellbringer, he comes out, but again, I'm still a little bit lost with this Tundra. Honestly, I still don't see an obvious place like what the logic was with Tundra here.
Well, I know Oscar likes to suicide it. He's been practicing it a lot, so they're probably going to suicide it in all honesty, and Fuzzysoft's going to take the Hellbringer mid. That seems like what's going to end up happening.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Tundra's a strong suicide hero, because once he gets his ult, he can just go... They can basically kill any hero with that ulti, so... Especially with Hellbringer ulti if they decide to teamfight with it, so... Should be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, definitely don't get me wrong. I mean, Tundra just in general, of course, he's up there with one of the top tiers of heroes. I mean, especially at the higher skill cap. Shiver provides plenty for a team, no matter the makeup. So, and yeah, as a hero in general too, he's got a good setup with his ultimate, his nice damage with the piercing shard, solid laner. So yeah, it's never a bad pick, I think. But usually we see it's some kind of obvious synergy. You know, the Parasite comes to mind, or against an
Yeah.
Amphora something, but. Not the case here. So, but going to be solid to see here. As you mentioned, Oscar probably going to play it. Puppet Master, carry of choice here. This is a very sync lineup
Oh.
over here.
Huh. Yeah, definitely very sync-esque and looks very old sync-esque actually.
It
I
is.
think Zlap still he thinks he has his old players, but even then, these guys can all play these heroes anyway.
Dang, yeah, like you saved yourself there.
Yeah. No. I mean, they're all. I mean, the whole new sync team is just they're all good players, so they can play everything.
Yeah.
But he still. I'm just saying, he still thinks he has his old players.
No,
that
yeah,
drops the same lineups. I've noticed that.
yeah. If this was Mickey, on Pebbles, obviously you got Flens on Puppet Master and so on. Yeah, no, it definitely feels like that for sure. Yeah, the Arachna though. So, I mean, they really go curveball here at the finish.
Yeah, I've never seen him play that hero ever.
How's it
So
done?
I'm relatively confused on that, and I mean it does do relatively well against Puppet Master and Pebbles, so I think that's the logic behind it. But yeah, I've never actually seen him play this hero, so I'm a little excited to actually see it.
Well, I mean, I've stressed ever since the patch. Again, this has kind of been my dark horse hero. We've seen it several times. He's actually done very well, and the changes that Arachna got between the Hardened Carapace and the Precision have actually been really crazy. I mean, he's always been good with the Spider Sting, Web Shot. I think his skill set right now is definitely the strongest it's ever been, and this is a potentially great carry hero. But where it's kind of getting me is usually you like the idea of him against a melee carry to kind of count. Something like a Dark Lady, for example, to really help with that kite. We've seen another matchup where it does fantastic at. I'm blanking on what the hell it was.
Maybe against the wingbow heroes, just any really wingbow hero.
Yeah, something like that
That's
too,
why,
obviously.
yeah, that's why it works so well against the Dark Lady and the
Or
Soul.
Yeah, Clanks actually is one that comes to mind.
That's what. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. Clanks has a lot of trouble. It kind of almost forces him to go Nullstone, which you
Yeah.
don't want to do on your Clanks, but. Yeah, so I mean, definitely Arachna has got enough buffs to definitely compete with the top carries. I think it's kind of like one of those things where it's a new carry. People are just trying to figure out what to build on it. Like I know Imba Boy's been playing it a lot lately. So, yeah, it's exciting to see.
See, formless planning here, as you mentioned. We haven't seen him actually play it in a competitive match alone. Just a whole lot in general, so we'll see how he fares here on the hero. So much for the no pauses. Do have one here, as looks like not a whole lot of aggressive play on either side though to start. Just simply going to their appropriate lanes from the beginning. As Hellbringer will end up mid. So yeah, going to be some fun seeing Fuzzy Sloth playing the Hellbringer here. Hellbringer's been interesting kind of watch develop on the competitive scene ever since the new kind of Hellbringer came out, where it's a mix of either as a main support or as a middle, kind of go back and forth with him. So,
Yeah,
you can see middle here.
definitely the hero's incredibly strong at this point. And it's really hard to deal with, especially when he's going to be against the Pebbles. So I'm assuming they might try to dual lane this mid, because he's not going to have a very good time against 1v1 against the Hellbringer. So. Yeah, Hellbringer's just going to harass him out nonstop. So they might need to just dual lane mid and let Puppet solo bot against the Tundra, which I think is definitely okay. I think Puppet will obviously do well in that lane. But yeah, I do think they definitely have to dual lane mid.
All right, well, so once Complexity's good to go, going to be good to resume things on. Again, this is the only match happening right now. We got Complexity versus Sync. Complexity up 1-0 here in this winner bracket finals matchup. Taking a look at the brackets once again. This is from Group B, of course. 2-0 versus Recent Gaming is set to happen in that losers bracket matchup, which is set to happen tomorrow. But again, Recent Gaming, they are having those roster issues. They did forfeit against Sync. Not too sure if they're going to show up tomorrow or be able to field 5 for that matter. So we'll see. But again, 2-0 at the same time, even if they were able to field 5. Obviously, 2-0 has been looking fantastic. They looked solid once again against Complexity yesterday, coming up short, but this is a team that really has. They're kind of, I feel like every season we have one or two of those teams that are just kind of completely unexpected. Don't really know a whole lot about them at the beginning of the season, but by the end, it's like, oh yeah, these are this is a dominant team, and this is a team that we definitely have come to know here pretty well. So I think 2-0 could be that team kind of a season 4 if they never keep up here.
I've actually become relatively good friends with most of their players, and they're all super nice guys, and they're all really, really skilled at the game. So definitely, it's nice to see another team actually up and coming, and it's always fun to watch.
It is, and yeah, it helps that they're also just again kind of got their own style for sure. I mean, doing things like Jungle Gladiator and running the most absurd carries, it's always fun to see. So,
and Squirry really doesn't know where to lane. I notice he kind of plays every lane at this point.
Yeah.
So but it's kind of a nice thing to have when you actually don't know where someone is gonna go, and it's not set. The other team is like, okay, well, I've seen Squirry play this hero. I've seen Zephyranth play this hero. You just don't really know what they're actually gonna do and where they're gonna put heroes.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like we are good to go here now. There we go. So, again, this is game number 2 here. You see Tundra playing that, or Oscar playing that Tundra here at the Suicide Lane, as you mentioned. Likes to do that here. We'll see how he manages against the Rhapsody and the Puppet Master. You would figure that's going to be a pretty tough task, especially with Ophelia nearby in the jungle, so...
Warbeast wants to pull the bottom lane, but his wolves did just get spotted, so... But it'll definitely give Tundra a good head start if you can actually pull the lane for him.
Well, yeah, they were spotted, as you mentioned, but I don't know if that's really going to matter here in the end. You see, he's just going to...
I see Puppets hanging around down here, so... Might try to either block them or... Nope, he's not going to get there, so...
And there goes the creep wave.
All right. Oh, he's going to pull it to Tundra as well.
Ooh,
definitely the right decision. It's going to give Tundra some
jungle?
good farm.
No, okay.
No, I think he's just going to take the wave behind his tower and drag it to the next wave. But yeah, so that's going to give Tundra a really good head start. And it is dual lane versus dual lane mid.
Wow, yeah, this is something we don't see a whole lot right now on the competitive scene, so... Nice little tree here. Yeah, Hellbringer Prophet, man, that's... Who would have thought that would be a lane?
Yeah, that's not a lane you see very often. It's definitely a strong lane and has pretty high kill potential if the Fear lands in the right spot from Hellbringer. But then it's the same way with the Pebbles and Rhapsody. If they catch you in the wrong spot, they're going to kill you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be, once the level 3s especially start coming out here, I think there could be some pretty good action in this middle lane. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, especially at that point. Ophelia, in the meantime, she's trying to find, okay, yeah, she figured there would be a ward assigned around here, try to prevent middle ganks, but she's able to take care of it. Gets the rev wards down. And counter wards.
He committed 2 rev wards for that.
Yeah.
Slapped really wants to gank mid. He's going to put a lot of pressure on mid, and Complexity should realize that now. They put 2 rev. Well, they didn't know the other rev wards there, but still knowing that they rev warded there, they should be pretty careful from that right side.
Yeah, so they're going to hug the tower right now, and have to play it pretty safe. You do see Arachna up here against the Midas. A lot of damage, a lot of life loss even on either side for the time being. But they do both have a health potion, so just waiting for that right time. It seems like Midas figures now is the time, so going to go ahead and... Oh yeah, nice rev ward right there by Love. Taking out both of the counter wards, but... Tundra, uh-oh, Oscar in trouble. Ophelia coming in with the Catman Champion. There's the cold shoulder, 2 Puppet Master trying to make a juke right here. He's doing a pretty good job so far, but now he's putting himself in a tight spot here. Pops a health potion, only gets a little bit of life back, and eventually is going to be Bloodlust killed right there. Haxering credit for the Bloodlust on top of that, so good attempt from Oscar, actually. And I got to wonder if he actually kept running towards a tower, he might have been safe there, but...
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing, because he did see that Puppet was only level 2, and he used both of his spells already, so I think if he did run to the tower, I think he was going to be relatively safe, but maybe he just figured the Puppeteer's hold was going to be up again.
Yeah, so does end up getting killed, though, and obviously a huge start for Sync right there. You got Puppet Master over the 330 gold per minute now, working off of that. You do got the glowing blue hands in this case here for the Hellborn side to always worry about, though. Warbeast, of course, providing that with the battle cry. So that's also where this middle lane could be pretty big for the Hellborn side. You see level 3 starting to happen, so again, this is where possibly some kills could start coming out here between the two teams. Fuzzy Soft going the Gravelock, and I notice he likes to do this in a lot of cases, especially when he happens to be playing an intelligence hero, of course. Likes to get the sacrificial stone, which of course makes sense. Powerful item in general.
Yeah, and especially against the other team, because they want to group up and push, and if the creep wave can live a little bit longer, they can maybe start, set up some ganks on it. So I think that's kind of the reasoning behind it.
How's what you got doing? He's 250 gold per minute currently here in the jungle. Doing all right, I would say. 23-0 creep farm. You see,
they're going to fight for this.
Yeah, they are. Deathboil comes out. Persecution. Look at the burst on Massera. Man, Deathboil is obviously not a bursty ability, but you throw Prophet in there with his amp damage and damage in general. You got the fear from Hellbringer. Really, that was just drop really quickly on Pebbles there.
I'm a little surprised of how much damage that actually did. That's only level 3 and 4, and they just 100 to 0 and 800 HP Pebbles.
Yeah.
So, wow, maybe this is a new lane we're going to be seeing. Wow.
I mean, yeah, you see it right there again. It's in this Death Boil, actually. Okay, it's not going to kill him, but it does get him pretty damn low in the end. So, yeah, this is, I mean, if anything, it's just now that sustained harass damage that they're going to be able to put out. Every time Pebbles kind of remotely gets close, it's not like that's very costly to do. I guess currently they're out of mana, they happen to be, but it's not like the most intense. I mean, those are kind of spammable abilities that they're using there. They can frequently do over and over again, so. Yeah, Pebbles is struggling a little bit, understandably now.
Yeah. And definitely, Prophet's going to come back with full mana, and Hellbringer's going to have enough for his combo, I believe. He needs 240, so they might just try to kill this Pebbles again, because they're going to be level 5 on Hellbringer, which he already is, and Prophet's just going to come back, so Pebbles needs to be careful here.
Prophet, gonna just run back, actually, not gonna TP.
All right.
So.
Thanks for proving me wrong, love.
You know, that is interesting, obviously, a lot. I noticed there, or I know that there's a kind of a general Homecoming Stone 101, I guess you could say, condition of never, ideally don't use it to port back to a lane to then just continue to farm. I mean, obviously there's special cases, after you just died and the creeper's at your tower or something like that, you want to get back as soon as possible. I mean, there's a lot of cases where, outliers, but generally just to port back to then just kind of farm again is considered to be a no-no. You want to save it to use to react or something. So.
Yeah, but I mean, I was waiting for the setup kill on Pebbles. Like, that was perfect.
Yeah, it made sense definitely. Guess it was kind of going on a tangent there. There was a little bit of action at the bottom rune, but obviously not the most. Double damage was picked up by Tundra, so it's gonna be able to use that here.
Yeah, and when he gets his ulti, Puppet has to be a little careful with him having a DD. I think Tundra can almost solo kill him if he catches him off strength boots. So Haxer does need to be a little careful. But Haxer can also do the same thing with his ulti, so
yeah.
Oscar needs to be a little careful.
Yeah, that's a careful game between the two.
Especially in bot lane.
You see Pebbles here, he's working with some yellow camp stack right there, so again, they understand that this is a pretty dangerous spot here in this middle lane. They've already seen it now a couple times. One time it cost him his life, so knows he can't really push up, and they can't really get in position to try for kills. And now you got a level 6 Hellbringer, so that's also something. I mean, they can't even really be in the lane, because if they are, Hellbringer's going to come down with Malphus and set up a kill most likely, so.
Yeah, and either that or they're just going to go bottom and stop this push going on. Maybe Fuzzy Soft buys a Veiled Rot and they just gank it, but yeah, definitely mid lane. They can't show in lane anymore, and they're jungling together now. They know that, so.
Good farm from Sarah there, at least again making up the best that he can get, so the best out of a bad situation, you could say. Puppet Master does remain top of the GPM charts, 355 gold per minute here. So again, Haxrin continue to do very well. It looks like he's going the old school, more so Whispering Helm build here. That's the farming tool early on. You agree with that?
No, because their team wants to group up and fight, and rushing a Shroud might have been the better decision here, because, yeah, right now there's already 4 heroes grouped up mid. They want to push this tower. They're going to need Haxter in there, and Whispering doesn't offer too much to the team other than being able to lifesteal in a team fight, and he's going to get 100-0 with the way the Hellborn team looks like. So, it definitely, Shroud would have been a better decision this game, but if Legion doesn't end up pushing, then it might end up working out, because it will give them the farm, so.
Yeah. Top tower in the meantime. Warbeast assisting right there, helping with Arachna to push in the top tower. So free tower kill for them, and coming about 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes or so into the game. Happens to be the first tower kill. There's the Whispering Helm, picked up by Puppet Master, but Energizer also just picked up by Arachna. She's got the Steam Boots and the Mystic Vestment, so she's definitely a pretty hefty battle build here early on. Ready for some combat, you could say, is Arachna here, so we'll see if her complexity look to make some plays with something like that. You also got the Abyssal Skull, of course, on Warbeast, so yeah, some decent team fight, ready to go items here.
Yeah, it looks like they want to defend a push. They kind of built to be able to defend a Legion push, and Legion does need to push with their heroes, even though they're far behind on their pebbles, but they need to do something. They need to either get a kill, they need a Veiled Rot somewhere, because even though it's puppet farming, they're still against a Warbeast, Arachna. There's a lot of carries on the side of the Hellborn team.
Absolutely, bottom tower. Legion trying to get one of their own, but not as easy here. Tundra, in fact, he's going to be able to deny it, actually. Unless they try to dive it. No, they're not going to, so.
He's 2 for 2 on denies in the suicide lane today.
This one a little easier, but still impressive stuff. And yeah, if you go back to the last game, I mean, Sync doesn't have a tower kill yet. Because
you're right.
Both of them were denied last game, too.
So, 3 denies. Ouch.
Yeah,
that's never good.
Not really a stat that I don't think Quincy tracks too much, but that would be interesting to see how.
Maybe it is a stat he needs to start tracking.
Yeah, complexity on top of it here. Yeah, by the way, Quincy does still track stats. I was actually even told to mention this about him. He made the point that there's a chance that he could be coming back here in the near future and coming back to the cast and bringing back the awesome stats to win this. You kind of do realize how when he does go gone for a while here that, yeah, unfortunately we don't have those numbers and the individual player information and hero information and stuff that are fun to look at. So hopefully he'll be back in the near future. Ooh, Tundra making some jukes. Actually avoids stalagmites. He's still in a lot of trouble though. Got his avalanche off, but couldn't really buy time to have the support come in there. Good find onto him initially.
Yeah, I think he summoned his bird, and I think the bird was just out of the tree line. So Zlapt actually got a caught it or saw it. So yeah, it's kind of awkward play by Oscar, but. Oh, mid lane.
Yeah, Puppet Master, Malphus coming down. You see the damage put out with the Death Boil as well, but going to be fine initially. Although Pebbles again, missing Stalagmites. What a protector melody though from Serendia, but out comes a Spider Sting. Pebbles guarantee kill right there, and so is Rhapsody. Midas going a little bit too deep. He's in trouble now, trying to fall back. Ophelia the same, cannot get away. Hat trick for Fuzzy Sloth is what we got out of this, and it could be more. Midas, he's still on the run. Another piercing shard's going to be coming up in 2 seconds. That should be enough. Oh, nope. Actually, not nearly enough damage, actually. So Midas will be fine in the end. But the turn. Hat trick for Hellbringer. That'll happen, though.
Yeah. And it was kind of just an awkward fight. It was really split in the beginning, and it was kind of like a bunch of mini team fights going on. So I'm not really sure what the mini team fights favor in this case, because both teams have really good AoE spells. So, I mean, if they would have, caught 2, I think if any team would have caught 2 or 3 heroes by themselves, they could have just died instantly. So, I think it was just a matter of just the Hellbringer ulti. The Malphus does a lot of damage just walking around.
Oh, no.
That Rev Ward saw, okay.
Yeah. Well, they placed it because I think they knew that he was kind of nearby or somewhere nearby, and he happened to literally walk right over it as they happened to be running the other direction. So, it's going to be fine in the end. But
ooh, Oscar needs to be very careful because they have a feeling he's probably bot lane, and I'm assuming Serenia's just going to walk down here and place a Rev Ward. Oh, he already did.
Look at Prophet, though. He's coming in. They're going to amp this damage. Go for the kill. Here we go. Look at it. Puppet Master melts in the end. Shared Fate comes out, but I think Prophet is going to fall right here. Although Invigorate, he'll keep him alive initially. One more in 5 seconds. It's going to be close. 2 seconds. Oh, he dodged the Vagabond leader. Another heal. Nope, tower. That's a tower.
Oh.
I don't know if you're getting out of this one. Okay.
Oh. I was wondering if he was going to be long enough without taking the damage to be able to get the Legion the kill, but I think it has to be 15 seconds, 15 or 20 seconds.
Yeah, I guess
something like that.
Not yeah. Well, dies anyways. Good attempt though, but a lot of time. Force them to chase, and again they got a Puppet Master to, in the end, as a response there. So really, that's a trade you'll gladly take. So.
Yeah, you're definitely willing to take that trade any day of the week.
Except on Thursdays.
Yeah, maybe not Thursdays. That's kind of a bad day for a lot of people.
It's just a bad day. It's like the day before Friday, you're like, oh, we're so close to the weekend. It's not there yet, though.
It just can't come fast enough.
Arachna has the Quick Blade picked up here as I say this, Caster's Curse kicking in. Because here comes Puppet Master, and that should be a kill. I mean, holy crap, he's tanky with that Hardened Carapace, but...
That was actually a really big misplay by Foremost there. He didn't really... I don't know if he realizes that his Hardened Carapace could be used
while stunned
with the Midas combo. He could have done it on the Midas combo and would have taken a lot less damage and probably would have bought time for team support. So I just wonder if he didn't realize that it was level 2. I would assume he would, though.
He had it on at the end there. So you're saying he should have used it preemptively, like before?
Yeah, well even when... Because Midas combo, I don't think he can do it when he's Puppeteer's hold.
Yeah,
or Puppet Show. He can't use it when it's then, but he could use it on the Midas combo, and I believe Midas comboed first. Okay. So I think he could have used it there, and I think he would have taken a lot less damage.
Yeah.
And maybe bought time for his team to show up.
Yeah, no, it's obviously a lot of 16 Magic Armor at level 2 all the way up to 32 at level 4. It's pretty ridiculous.
And it's 5 seconds of it, too. So, yeah, I mean, it was a good catch, definitely, by Legion team, but Foremost needs to make sure he remembers that from now on.
Yeah, I mean, you did point out he's maybe not the most familiar with this hero. Doesn't play it a whole lot necessarily, so he did have a couple of changes, but yeah, if anything, for next time, Hellbringer did go tablet, actually.
This is going to be another tower tonight.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it is in range. Okay. Is it? When did I miss?
Oh, no, it's 125. No, yeah, it's 150. 150.
Yeah, see, when did I miss this? Didn't it used to be 1,300?
I think it was 125.
I thought it was 130 that you needed because it was 1,300.
Maybe it was 130. But I always put it as 125. But
no matter what it was, like, when did they increase? Was it that recent patch? I wasn't even aware of that.
I think it was 2 or 3 patches ago.
Okay.
It's relatively new, but I don't think it was in the latest one.
Yeah, it must be pretty new, because I honestly did not even notice that until I want to say yesterday. I was actually looking at the tower. I was like, oh, it's just out of... Oh, wait, no, it is, because it's 1,500 live. What the hell? Yeah, it caught me off guard. Yeah, it needs to be 10%, so... no matter what the max is. But yeah, so it's 150 now or less. For the...
Oh, tower is 1,500 HP now.
Yeah, the tower itself is 1,500.
Okay, so yeah, it is 10%.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So they buffed tower HP. That's what it was. Okay.
So that's what I was getting at. So that's why I was a little confused. As far as
I don't remember them actually buffing tower HP. Huh.
Yeah.
Maybe it was one of those sneaky ones that kind of just put in there and said, guys, we'll see.
Yeah. Right. I know they made the game mode changes like in that last patch with all the creep wave spawns and you know when they spawned, you know, the extra creep and stuff. So I think it might have happened with that, but. Chat, you'll let us know how big of idiots we are.
Yeah, that's always how it always is.
Probably happened like 3 years ago, and I just completely overlooked it.
I hope it didn't happen 3 years ago. Oh,
middle lane, Hellbringer, he's in trouble, or is he? Shared Fate comes out. Look at the damage output. The Hellborn team coming in response, keeps him long enough. In Protected Melody, though, a big one at that, as it usually is. Will fall shortly after. Saved a little bit, though. Midas does eventually go down, too, though. Pebbles, he definitely saved from it. And now he's off to the side. He's actually looking for maybe a turn kill. This could be a little risky. Puppet Master is running in as he's starting to run away now. There goes Pebbles jumping in, but again, risky. It was risky for a reason, and maybe not. Arachna gets bursted. That Voodoo Puppet assisting there. A good turn, and actually they're cluttered right here. Yeah, Ophelia's doing work with the minions too after death.
Wow.
gonna turn into Warby. So and actually now Tundra's in trouble. One more auto attack. Oh, this slows a little too much. No, it's not. Stalagmite to finish him off, and he survives. What is going on here? Malphus finally comes out as Hellbringer resurrects, and he's gonna get a counter code of Puppet Master. But man, up until that especially, that was ridiculous how Sync came back in that fight.
Yeah, it was a huge Minotaur stun by Zlap. Very well played by Zlap not to give up on that fight. He got a 3-man Minnow stun into the 3-man Catman slow. So that was very well played by Zlap, and it let Haxtron be able to turn around like that. So, well played.
Absolutely.
Ratsty has to be careful. Malphus can solo kill supports.
Yeah. Yeah, with that fireball that throws. Pretty annoying here, so. Still a lead for the Hellborn team here. Mentioned blocking camps with those Hellhounds and everything. But obviously Sync, a good fight for them, and even though Puppet Master died in the end, got a couple kills prior to that. You see his core of items here. The Assassin trying to Whispering Helm coming out.
Yeah, now it's he can pretty much kill any hero, I believe, except the Warbeast and maybe the Arachna. So if he can go with one hero, basically just kill whatever they want. That's what they need to keep doing now, and it'll eventually get them back to an even gold lead, or back to an even gold. And PK was finished on Pebbles that fight. I don't even think we realized that he finished the PK until he actually jumped in.
Yeah, true. You know, obviously he struggled in the earlier part of this game in that middle lane, so a little bit later of a portal key, but does eventually get it. Good news there. Arachna just got a Mighty Blade, I believe I saw, so.
Haxtron might lose his Catman from his home. Oh, that's... He does. Warbeast Hellhound just put him on the Catman, and Haxtron just didn't realize his Catman was dying, so that's their stacking creep gone now.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things. It's like, okay, top lane, by the way, Midas.
Oh.
Yep, he's going down. Good find there. Portal Key Tundra, probably a big part of that. I assume he went in with the Avalanche and set up that kill.
Prophet's going to walk into two heroes. Oh!
Or is he? Look at these jukes right here, man. Look at that. Even Dust right there just to see exactly where they are, and he manages to escape. Well played.
Yeah, definitely. That's good not to get picked off there. And I think he got that ward up without being spotted, so that's good at least for him.
So I was going to say Formless here. I mean, I think it's going to be the Shrunken Head with the Mighty Blade, but he could. I mean, Icebrand, you're allowed to now. I'll say that with the attack modifier, but I don't know if that's really the most efficient build on Arachna.
Yeah, it's definitely not. You really want the geometers on that hero, and Shrunken's very good this game. They're pretty much all magical, so.
Beasts of the land.
See, bottom down here, Prophet gonna push up the lane, acting like he's by himself, trying to maybe bait here, but don't think the Legion side is gonna be falling for that. They tried a little bit earlier, weren't able to catch him, so now they're back to the farm game themselves. I'm sure Shrunken Head on Puppet Master, possibly something that he's thinking about. But again, Shrunken Head this game, I don't know if it's going to do a crazy amount. I mean, you look at Malphus still stuns him. You got the Avalanche still stuns him through it. Warbeast and Arachna both don't really care too much with all their physical presence. The Spider Sting goes to, like, Shrunken really isn't that great of an item in this game for Puppet Master, where I'm looking at it. Probably still necessary, but it's not going to be like a big item for him here. That's the point.
Yeah. Ooh, Hellbringer is 3k gold saved up, which I'm assuming is just going to be the resto stone. Oh, top lane.
Yeah, look at this. Warbeast is like, how dare you try to kill me? He just turns around with the Shrunken and the ultimate, and down goes Pebbles. That was a very greedy attempt. I mean, he has the Abyssal Skull, Steam Boots, the Mystic Vestments, and the Shrunken had stats. So, I mean, they were trying to burst him down from essentially full life. It wasn't going to happen. I mean, that was not going to happen, so.
It was a very risky play, and now they're shooting a free tower out of it.
I didn't catch the beginning of that, to be fair, but I do want to say Pebbles portal keyed in, so I don't know if they just happened to see him and they tried it, but so we don't have to call him out too much, but yeah, especially if he did portal key in trying for that kill, then yeah, that was a mistake, for sure. Defensive tower going to go down right here. Love gets credit for it, but Complexity as a team. You mentioned the Resto Stone build-up on Fuzzy Sloth. He has the Arcana, so.
Oh, there we go. First tower kill of the series.
Yeah, well job. or pitch housing. Well done.
All right. Oh, well, they pick off Serenia.
And Rhapsody goes
Of the
down.
land, hark my call.
Middle lane or bottom lane even. Double damage.
does the
Pop
multi.
it, but Avalanche nearby. And now here's the turn. Spider Sting comes out. That's an easy kill.
And now Zlap's in a lot of trouble. Oh, he doesn't get the kill though. Okay.
I mean,
I, I guess it's better than dying and not getting any kill.
well, part of me, I almost wonder, like, I don't know exactly where he was in the
there.
beginning. Yeah, why was he even there, though? I feel like he could have maybe ran since they were just
Yeah,
focused
he
on
definitely
Puppet
could
Master.
have. He wanted the kill, I guess, and he definitely overcommitted for it. He could have ran and lived, most likely. And but he did save his creeps, or at least 2 of them. Yeah, he saved 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's something. And top lane.
Oh,
Wow.
down goes Midas.
Yeah, the damage from War Beast helped a lot there. He autoed so much. It was so much damage Hellbringer dishes out, even without his ulti.
Yeah, Hellbringer. See, again, this is why I really like to see Hellbringer more of this middle farming role. Especially before, I know I brought this up, but well, we'll bring it up again. Every now and then we maybe see a support Hellbringer, and it's just like, this just doesn't make sense. A skill set didn't scream for it, in my opinion at least. And now, with the new Hellbringer, he does kind of technically have that stun with the fear effect of his Q, and so it's like, okay, maybe the support option's a little bit better, but you still want the levels on him. I mean, you still want to get that Malphus big, you still want all of his abilities. Even the Evil Presence is actually pretty damn strong, come to late game even. I mean, the amp damage can be pretty big for himself and teammates in those fights, so I like seeing this. I mean, he has level 3 Malphus now, we're nearly 25 minutes into the game, but he has, maxed out skills, level 3 Malphus here, and the rest of Stone, in fact, is going to be coming, so he's going to have 2 of those on top of that. So, yeah, it just seems like his ultimate impact is just going to be so much better than that support role.
Yeah, the support role maybe makes sense if Merrick's Bounty was actually in competitive, because he could just rush a Resto in that case, but without it being in competitive, the hero just can never get a Resto, and that's kind of what really makes the hero that strong. I mean, it's strong, its skill set by itself. Without it, is incredibly strong, but with it, it's just the hero just does so much damage, way more than it should, and I think our Puppet's gonna get caught.
Very likely. There goes Shiver to scout him. He's like, I'm invis. Oh, wait. That doesn't do a damn thing. Spider staying strong against invis.
Yeah, definitely. And they're just gonna group up and now get this bottom tier 1, which they haven't even got yet, so just more gold for them.
Sync, I mean, maybe not exactly like last game as far as they're feeling. Again, they're also down 1-0 here, obviously, so definitely different circumstances, but it's not looking pretty for them. And you got to think that their mentality right now, not the greatest, and it'd be understandable because they're finding themselves in quite the deficit here at nearly 12,000 goal lead, 13,000 experience lead right now for complexity, and a dangerous, dangerous team as well. A team that's going to scale very well into the late game. In fact, look at Arachna, portal key picked up.
Yeah,
Arachna,
he wants to jump that back line for Puppet.
Yep.
And Puppet's just going to melt instantly to the Tundra Arachna. And the Resto is also just finished on Hellbringer. And what you got, actually, mate? Oh, I don't know.
We'll see, yeah. I was thinking
We'll
about
have
this.
to see if they go on this.
Remember what happened earlier. All right, they're going to try for it again. This time a little more potential, but still, it's not enough. Initially, is it enough? Oh my god, he's going to get away. Oh boy. At least he didn't turn on them, but still.
And they're taking Kongor with this while they know now that this 4 heroes top. And that's just going to be a free Kongor for them. So what you got living there was actually huge.
And, I think that's a perfect example right there, too, of, there's the logic, which is fine, of you have a Shrunken Hag, you don't need a Mystic Vestments. But in cases like this, with the Pebbles or the Minus Heroes that will jump you, prevent you from using Shrunken Hag, at least initially, Mystic Vestments is still huge to have. And if he didn't have that right there, I mean, he's 100% dead, of course.
Yeah,
so.
definitely. He wouldn't even have lived the burst originally, so yeah. And I don't know if you saw that, but the combination of Arachna with the slow from Oscar's, coRel? coRel, we'll go with that. Kongor couldn't even attack. It was
really?
It was slower than, even Gauntlet's E attacking Kongor. It was just, it didn't attack.
That's pretty funny.
That was actually insane.
I didn't catch that, no, but yeah, that's interesting synergy right there. Yeah, that's not something really the attack speed slow of the coRel. You think move speed, of course, but Yeah, I guess he does do the attack speed slow as well, the 40 attack speed, and you got the Spider Sting on, or not the Spider Sting, but the Web Shot on top of that. So, oh, there, speaking of Spider Sting, Rhapsody doesn't stand a chance there. Quick kill onto him. In the background, Hellbringer, he caught a couple. Midas and Ophelia, those two targets, and the chase is on. Avalanche onto Ophelia. Midas trying to turn. Well, I guess he got ported back, so just trying to save Ophelia more so, but wasn't going to happen. So, another couple of successful kills right there. Here we go, about to concede. Obviously, Sync has just had enough. Realize, all right, there's just no coming back from this. So, GG, well played. Game number 2 in the series. We'll go to complexity. That means they move on to the brackets, or more so the playoff stage now, of the Time to Win Invitational here. So congratulations to them. As far as Sync, they're going to be playing in the redemption match. They play the winner of the 2-0 versus Reason Gaming series, which, again, we believe is very possibly going to be 2-0 there, but still, we'll wait and see for tomorrow on that. But final thoughts on the game there, McGross Day?
It's a combination of strong heroes and well played by Complexity, and I think maybe the first game kind of drafted a little bit uncharacteristic, but the second game they drafted Comfort, but yeah, just well played by Complexity.
Absolutely was, and I was, I guess that's good there, so. All right, so yeah, here's the brackets again, so you get the idea. Like I said, obviously, so Complexity moving on. Sync will be in that redemption match, though, coming up here, so I just need to update that as well in the brackets here, but that's how things are going to be looking. Again, 2-0 versus Reason. That's set to happen tomorrow. We'll see if it gets played or not. But worst case, 2-0 would be moving on. We'll see. They end up playing, though, going from there. But that is going to be our first series done for today. As far as the Time to Win Invitational, again, there's only one series at a time here with how the schedule works now. So this one a little quicker. Got to say, I'm pretty surprised by that. I'm sure a lot of people are, but we have a pretty quick series ending here. So unfortunately, that means we have about an hour and a half before our next series is set to start here of the default time. And with an hour and a half, I believe we're just going to turn off the stream for now, and then we'll be coming back. I'll turn it back on about 15 minutes or so before the next series is set to start, which is for 3 p.m. Eastern or 2100 Central European Time. So that one, of course, is going to be the winner bracket finals from Group A, which is Mystery Gang versus Bad Monkey Gaming. Again, a lot of people are going to be surprised maybe by that, but Mystery Gang defeating Evil Corporation yesterday, 2-1 to get to that point. And then BMG taking out Fresh as well in their series. So that's why we got those two teams going at it. So we'll see how they fare in their later best out of 3. Again, at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2100 Central European Time. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be wrapping up for now. So, again, going to turn off the stream here. But we'll be back here for the Time to Win Heroes of New Earth Invitational in about in a little over an hour from now. We'll turn the stream back on.